Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Smackdown, and what a night we have in store for you guys, as a big-time main event is planned, as the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, and the Usos will be taking on John Cena and the Street Profits after what happened last week, and plenty more in action, including LA Knight takes on Sami Zayn later on tonight here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. As now we are going to kick us off here with some women's action to open us live here on SmackDown. The first matchup tonight is going to be Lacey Evans taking on your SmackDown Women's Champion, Becky Lynch. And in just a month's time, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Becky Lynch taking on Liv Morgan for that SmackDown Women's Championship. Now again, if you're talking about experience, Liv Morgan doesn't necessarily have as much as Becky Lynch, but for Becky Lynch, every time she wins a championship, she's not able to hold it for, sustainable amount of time, months on months, like a lot of superstars. So that might be one thing that might favor Liv Morgan is, Becky Lynch doesn't know how to, not necessarily win the big moment, I guess, but hold on to a championship for too long. And we'll see how Becky Lynch fares against Lacey Evans. Liv Morgan beat Lacey Evans last week. We'll see how Becky Lynch does against Lacey Evans this week. And here she comes, the man, Becky Lynch. This woman is looking to retain her championship against Liv Morgan. It's going to be a tough test. Liv Morgan, a up-and-coming superstar here on SmackDown. She always mentions to watch her. Well, I guess in her words, it'd be watch me. And we're going to be watching for that big opportunity there at the big-time pay-per-view in just a month for SmackDown. But, for Vengeance Day, there's a lot of these superstars are going to have to put a lot on the line. And we have a lot of stuff that's going to be coming our way for Vengeance Day that we'll be talking through not just tonight, but through the next month coming up. That SmackDown Women's Championship looks really good around Becky Lynch. We'll see if she'll be able to continue to have that around her waist. But now tonight, let's see how she fares against Lacey Evans to kick us off here live in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Referee rings that bell. Here we go. And here comes Becky Lynch right out of the gate, starting a big old fight with Lacey. Oh, nice impressive neck breaker. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a big night. We've already kind of announced that some of the matches that's going to be coming our way is Tegan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart will team up as they are former SmackDown Women's Tag Team Champions, or former Women's Tag Team Champions. They'll be taking on the team of Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, which could be a very dominant duo for sure with their MMA background and everything. We'll see how that's going to fare. As well as we already mentioned, LA Knight will be taking on Sami Zayn. Apollo Crews, your WWE Champion. He is selected to face R-Truth tonight. Normally, the SmackDown general managers are the ones to make the matches, but apparently, from what Apollo Crews was saying last week, that he would be choosing an opponent, and that happens to be R-Truth. You cannot look past R-Truth in any sort of way. So we'll see how focused Apollo Crews is in that matchup, as he is your WWE Champion. Also, later on tonight, Matt Riddle takes on Pete Dunne. After last week, we saw Sheamus, Randy Orton go at it. Both teams will be going at it at Vengeance Day for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. But after Sheamus defeated Randy Orton last week, Orton wanted to show him some respect, give him a handshake. Sheamus wanted none of that, telling Randy Orton to get out of his ring. So we'll see how that's going to be faring tonight in singles action. As here we go, after that missile dropkick from Lacey. Fortunately for her, she does get a rope break. And we have plenty more to come, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a big, big night as we are on the road to Vengeance Day. And coming up here relatively soon, it's going to be the Raw exclusive pay-per-view coming up this Sunday. It's going to be a big-time matchup there for the Raw exclusive pay-per-view. Oh, man. The man's bottom. Will that be enough? Will that be it? No, so close. Almost her version of the rock bottom. We'll see if Becky Lynch can finish this match up here. She has the disarmer on her. Referee right there in position. Will Lacey Evans tap out? Nowhere to go. Middle of that ring. She has that wrench in. I don't see her going anywhere. but somehow, someway, just keeps herself in the matchup as a leg drop there from Becky Lynch, and again, and another one, just for good measures. And this is a good thing by the champ, staying on her opponent. A lot of superstars over the years would probably try to toy with their opponent and maybe get frustrated, as this may be it after that elbow strike, and it is. Becky Lynch looking great tonight to open us up here on Smackdown. One heck of a match as we get to see the replays after the matchup here. Becky Lynch would not let Lacey Evans get much of anything going. We saw some maneuvers as there's a different version of a rock bottom there from Becky Lynch. Another replay from that. But look at this big elbow to the chest of Lacey Evans, ultimately being enough. Becky Lynch takes on Liv Morgan for the SmackDown Women's Championship. How will that fare when these women go against each other in just a month's time? I cannot wait to see how this goes. And we are back, and we have the leader of the Judgment Day making his way down to the ring. And he's not scheduled to be having any matchup whatsoever. And I'm being told, yep, there's Braun Strowman. It's just Edge and Braun Strowman. Don't really know what the occasion is. As we know, the Judgment Day, we have Edge, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley. A dangerous tandem of 5 dangerous superstars. I'd love to know what is on Edge's mind, because Edge, in just a month's time, he is in a fatal four-way matchup for the WWE Championship. It's going to be turned into a fatal 5-way, potentially, with Roman Reigns and John Cena going at it at the Vengeance Day pay-per-view. So he's going to focus on that big-time pay-per-view matchup. But tonight, I'm sure he's going to be talking about that, but, is that the only thing on his mind? He's got a little bit of security with him, and that being Braun Strowman. Now, I haven't been able to really talk to you guys on this microphone to really let you guys know why I joined the Judgment Day, especially after losing to Damian Priest at WrestleMania, where Damian Priest retained his European Championship over me. Damian Priest is one heck of a talent, and I wish him nothing but the best. And obviously, we're here in the Judgment Day, and I'm so glad to have him. But when, out of all things, Finn Balor, the former leader here of Judgment Day, came up to me and talked to me a little bit about motivating me to where I was once. What I once was with a ruthless killer. We all know how that was, especially back in the day, the early 2000s, especially how I ran shot over Raw and SmackDown, becoming WWE Champion. You guys all know how that went. But now, I'm just happy to be back. Until now. That ruthless killer is back. And I'm going to show you guys at Vengeance Day when I get that WWE Championship back around my waist in just over a month. But I think it is kind of stupid how Roman Reigns and John Cena are going to have a match to make it a fatal 5-way matchup at Vengeance Day. It's just absolutely stupid and mind-boggling. But it doesn't matter if I have to go through one superstar or 4 other superstars. At the end of the night, I'm walking out with that WWE Championship. But we tonight are here for a much more important matter until that WWE Championship match. And that is the Judgment Day and the Hurt Business. Bobby Lashley and the Hurt Business think they're back now. And Bobby Lashley thinks he's back now just because he beat me a couple weeks ago. Well, fellas, kind of hard to break it to you here, but you guys aren't back. And I guarantee you that Damian Priest will retain his European Championship against Omos at Vengeance Day. Tonight, Damian Priest is going to be taking on one of the members of the Hurt Business, and that being Cedric Alexander. Or I should say Shelton Benjamin. But it doesn't matter who he faces, because Damian Priest is going to demolish whatever superstar we see later on tonight. But we're actually going to be down a member of Judgment Day because of this. What the hell does Edge mean about this? He has his sights on the referee. Spear to Braun Strowman. What the What the hell? Does this mean he's... I'm speechless. I don't know what's going on. Edge taking out the muscle, one of the muscles of Judgment Day. And he's not done yet. Edge. No. Again, a spear to Braun Strowman. Are you kidding me right now? This is what I meant when I said that we're going to be down a member, because Braun Strowman, you are no longer with the Judgment Day. I'm cutting your dead weight from the Judgment Day, and you're officially gone from us. Be gone. You will never become to nothing as a WWE superstar. You are a monster of nothing, and all you are is a monster of dead weight. I told you I was the ruthless, sadistic superstar, and I just showed you I'm willing to even cut down one of my own Judgment Day members. Imagine what I'll do for that WWE Championship, to be back around my waist and back to Judgment Day. Now I'll see you guys next week. Maybe R-Truth can cheer us up here in Michigan, because right now, Braun Strowman is not going to be cheering up whatsoever because of what Edge just did to him. Multiple spears to the monster among men, and Edge calling him dead weight. And, with new leaders, you know how that is with, any sports, any type of business. Usually when there's a shake-up, you see that type of stuff. And that happens to be Edge cutting dead weight. I mean, Braun Strowman, he's picked up some wins and definitely helped out the Judgment Day, but Edge is feeling like Braun Strowman is no longer a help. So that automatically cuts down to 4 Judgment Day members, that being Edge, Rhea Ripley, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest. And hopefully Edge will not come to eat up that decision, essentially. Because, I mean, Braun Strowman is not the best guy, I guess, to kind of go after, but Braun Strowman wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that. This crowd here tonight wasn't expecting it. I guarantee you guys, everyone at home, weren't expecting that. But we'll try to give you guys a medical update on on that, unfortunately. But now we have Apollo Crews, your WWE champion, in action tonight. And for Apollo Crews, he cannot look past R-Truth. He picked R-Truth, and he's honestly expecting to walk through R-Truth. Everyone's expecting him to do that. But will he actually do it is the question. He is one of the most talented superstars here on the roster, and as of right now, he is defending his championship in a fatal 4-way match coming up at the Vengeance Day pay-per-view in just 4 weeks' time, ladies and gentlemen. At that very moment, because that is going to be changing very, very soon. Very unfortunate for Apollo Crews, because it is going to be Apollo Crews defending his championship against Adam Cole, Edge, and Cody Rhodes in a fatal 4-way matchup. But it's going to turn into a fatal 5-way matchup because William Regal has decided that Roman Reigns versus John Cena will happen at the Vengeance Day pay-per-view, but there's a major stipulation to that, where the winner of that matchup will be added to the WWE Championship matchup. So, big stipulation. It's going to be a fatal 5-way matchup, but will it be Cena or Reigns joining? We know how the Bloodline, they will do anything to get their way, and unfortunately, that is what we're seeing. As here goes Apollo Crews and R-Truth. R-Truth coming out of the gate really fast here on Apollo Crews as it connects with the flatliner. And like we keep saying, Crews, former United States champion, former tag team champion, now current WWE champion, and obviously a former Mr. Money in the Bank, winning that at WrestleMania. And it did not take Apollo Crews long to cash in that WWE championship. But the question is, how much longer, will he be WWE champion for? Because it being a fatal 5-way match at the Vengeance Day pay-per-view, it's not going to favor Apollo Crews whatsoever. So it's one of those things where you got to kind of pick your battles, because you know you might expect a very short reign for Apollo Crews as he misses a flying crossbody. I believe R-Truth may have kind of moved out of the way a little bit, but Apollo Crews definitely did miss. Imagine the upset and how bad this would be for Apollo Crews, and how pissed off he would be, and especially Eric Bischoff, out of all things. That would not go too well. As now R-Truth looking to go high risk. R-Truth, no, he misses it. He's going for a neck breaker, but he overestimated the distance on that as he gets hit with a beautiful power bomb there from Apollo Crews. Will that be enough to put away the veteran R-Truth? No, not yet, but still plenty time to go here. Big punch there. Here comes Apollo Crews, looking to finish R-Truth. Has him up. Oh, big kick to the side of the skull. R-Truth is in trouble. And now look at Apollo Crews. He's talking all that trash. We are a sold-out venue right here in Wings Event Center, here live in Kalamazoo, Michigan, for a special edition of Smackdown. It's been one heck of a night. It's going to continue to get better and better as the night goes on. It's an R-Truth at the very last second getting those knees up after Apollo Crews was trying to go for that big maneuver, that spinning corkscrew, I believe is what it's called, from R-Truth. Apollo Crews playing the dodging game there, and luckily for him, he was able to. Uh-oh. Bad move for R-Truth. Some snake eyes takes down Truth. And just like that, I was going to say Apollo Crews with the momentum, but just like that, now Truth changing up the game. Look at the strength and power from R-Truth. Not going to back down from the WWE Champion. Uh-oh. What does Truth have in store? A little bit of a submission move here. Apollo Crews could probably grab that bottom rope if he really wanted to here. As Crews gets out of it, Crews is not going to go down without a fight here, ladies and gentlemen. He is your WWE Champion for a reason. Uh-oh. Multiple German suplexes coming R-Truth's way. And another one. Folding R-Truth in half. Here we go. Pinfall attempt. Will this be enough? Ooh. Fortunately for Apollo Crews, there was a rope break for R-Truth. Referee calling it right down the middle. As he gets hit. Oh my goodness. Did you see the whiplash neck there? And now our Apollo Crews with the submission. Going to try to make R-Truth tap out. Once again, R-Truth is very close to the bottom rope. He could easily grab that bottom rope, I believe, but choosing not to. Apollo Crews knows that he's not going to be easy to put away a man like R-Truth as he connects with the frog splash from the second rope. Pinfall. Another opportunity for Crews to pick up a win. 2, 3. Apollo Crews didn't have to do too many big-time maneuvers, but he gets it done. Defeats R-Truth. And you know, that's what everybody expected. Apollo Crews to walk through R-Truth here tonight. And, oh, wait a minute. We know R-Truth is all about respect. And once again, R-Truth showing him respect. Not a lot of people have respect for Apollo Crews, but it seems like R-Truth definitely has respect for the WWE Champion. But big win for Apollo Crews nonetheless. And now big time matchup coming your way. Sami Zayn takes on LA Knight. And it is confirmed, like we mentioned before, that Undertaker will be taken on LA Knight at Vengeance Day. Very curious to see how that's going to fare. Big time matchup. It's going to be the match of LA Knight's whole career. LA Knight calls himself the Legend Killer, and he plans on making a name for himself. Getting a win over the Undertaker will definitely make your career, make you deemed essentially the next up and coming, main eventer essentially. LA Knight has had definitely some big wins in his career, so we'll see if he can continue to build that up with a win over Sami Zayn tonight. Sami Zayn recently had a count-out victory over Karrion Kross, and then just last week here, Sami Zayn would take on Karrion Kross, where Karrion Kross would actually defeat Sami Zayn. So we'll see how Sami Zayn fares tonight when he faces off with LA Knight. Question is, are we done with Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross? Will Karrion Kross still have his sights on Sami Zayn? For Sami Zayn's safety, I would hope Karrion Kross was done with him, but you never know with how Karrion Kross is. And it is time to let him talk to ya. It is Mr. L.A. Knight. Only really big blemish in L.A. Knight's career here on the SmackDown roster is a loss in a Intercontinental Championship match against Big E months ago when Big E was the Intercontinental Champion. So for L.A. Knight, he's just continuing to climb up that lovely ladder here on SmackDown. Got drafted back over here to SmackDown. Continuing to look good. We'll see if he can keep it up. But when you have the Undertaker, the WWE Hall of Famer, sights on you on his last run, obviously Undertaker wants to go out on top. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to get a WWE Championship reign of anything, of any sort. But, you know, if LA Knight can get a win over Undertaker, you know, like I keep saying, that'd be definitely impressive. If you get any sort of win over a legend like that, it's very impressive. We'll see how it fares, though. Both men seem like they're ready. Referee making sure they're ready. Here we go. Obviously, Sami Zayn wants to get back in that win column, and obviously LA Knight wants to continue pick up those wins and just continue to stack them. And the big thing for LA Knight, Taker told him he wanted him to impress him and show him why that he's the next legend killer here in WWE, the next man in line, the next main event superstar here on SmackDown. Let's look at LA Knight just talking all that trash here to everyone here in Kalamazoo. I'd hate to see a riot here in this lovely town. As now LA Knight looking to fly here. LA Knight, oh right, big knee to the ribs. That is not going to be feeling too good. Especially just trying to breathe, man. It's not something you want to be taking whatsoever. Scoop slam. Just a basic scoop slam. I don't know if that'll be enough to put away Sami Zayn. It will not. And for Sami Zayn, with picking up wins, obviously, for him, he oh, look at that moonsault connecting there from LA Knight. But just in the terms of, you know, Zayn picking up wins, obviously he wants to climb up the ladder and obviously a challenge for a championship here soon. But he needs to change up his trajectory of his career right now. And he's doing good so far, besides that loss to Karrion Kross recently. He does have a countout victory, out of all things. And oh, look at this big boot. Big boot to Sami Zayn right in the corner. Oh my goodness. Zayn, oh, come on, ref. Come on, grab him. Come on, ref, count him. That's absolute garbage there. That's, oh. Uh-oh. That's the Undertaker's music. Uh-oh. Is Undertaker here? The Undertaker, the dead man. He's playing mind games here. Sami Zayn from behind now. That's one of those things where it's going to come back to eat him. Haluva kick. Haluva kick from Zayn. Will that be enough? Pinfall. 1, 2. No, 2.5. Definitely should have been a 3 count. So close. That's what the Undertaker said. He wants LA Knight to impress him, and we know Undertaker's all about mind games. His whole career has been all about that, and almost got picked off by the Undertaker. It's one of those things you gotta keep an eye on. Is Sami Zayn with a big frog splash connecting right to the ribs of LA Knight. Oh, look at that! Out of nowhere, LA Knight laying waste to Sami Zayn. Is that it? 1, 2, 3. Despite the distraction from The Undertaker, LA Knight picks up a win over Sami Zayn live here on SmackDown. It's not a lot of times where superstars can, you know, eat a haluva kick like that, but even be distracted right there. That haluva kick right out of nowhere there from Zayn. Big boot to the skull. And let's look how close this was, ladies and gentlemen. Shoulders on the mat. 2.5, very close, but right there, LA Knight laying waste to Zayn, and LA Knight picks up a much-needed win live here on SmackDown. And oh, look, there's Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross in the crowd, and Sami Zayn saying, "Hey, why don't you come get some?" Oh no, oh no, this ain't good. This ain't good. Oh no, no, no. No, 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 no. Karrion. Karrion. No, 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 no. Oh my goodness. Choke slam right on the concrete. This is not what you want. Karrion Kross does not seem like he's done with Sami Zayn whatsoever. He beat him down last week, and he's not going to let Sami Zayn even kind of embarrass him even more. Oh my god. Oh my god. Absolutely brutal maneuver there from Karrion Kross. This is not something that you want to see, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, 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 no. Come on, Karrion. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, right into that steel barricade there. It's not going to be feeling good whatsoever. And again. Oh no, 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 no. Bouncing his head off now. This is absolutely horrific what we're seeing right now. That ref, I mean, I would say try to stop this right now, but how much help is this going to be? He'd be just the next victim of Karrion Kross. It's again, his head getting bounced off every single thing here right now. Oh no, 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 Karrion Kross. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, come on. This freaking lunatic is just beating the living crap out of Sami Zayn. This message being clearly sent here live on Smackdown. No, 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 not again, not again. Come on, Karrion. Your message was sent perfectly fine. No! Damn it. Your time is running out, Sammy. Tick-tock, Sammy. Tick-tock. And now, we got ourselves a tag team women's matchup, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Tegan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart, former women's tag team champions, going to be taking on the team of Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. As you can tell, Tegan Nox is the one at WrestleMania that won the Smackdown Women's Championship. And luckily for Becky Lynch, Tegan Nox didn't decide to cash in tonight. She could have. It seemed like a lot of times whenever we see the champions on Raw or SmackDown, there's a cash in. But luckily for Becky Lynch, there was no cash in. And the question is for Tegan Nox, when exactly will she cash in that Money in the Bank briefcase? Could it be at, next week, the week after? Could it be at a SummerSlam, WrestleMania, so on and so forth? But now here comes Shotzi Blackheart down to the ring with her tank. And I hope you guys brought your earmuffs and everything, or I guess anything to cancel noise, because this tank is loud. You guys may not be able to hear me with how loud that tank is, but Shotzi and Tegan work very well as a tag team here on SmackDown, and can pick up a win over Ronda and Shayna. That can maybe get them an opportunity for those for the women's tag team championships. Because coming up this Sunday, we see the women's championships being defended by Sonya Deville and Doudrop, where they will be taking on Carmella and Selena Vega in a women's tag team matchup. It'll be very interesting, but I'm actually looking forward to this women's tag team match right now. Because you get the former SmackDown Women's Tag Team Champions, or I always keep saying, the Raw or SmackDown Women's Tag Team Champions, but it's not really set to one brand. It's just on Raw and SmackDown, and the women's tag team championships will be defended on each pay-per-view, Raw or SmackDown exclusive, or even a co-branded pay-per-view. So you got the former women's tag team champions in Shotzi and Tegan Nox, and then also you got the team of Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, which obviously Ronda and Shayna know each other oh so well inside and outside of the ring. So I think this is a perfect pairing and get themselves in the tag team division. And from what I understand, Shayna and Ronda will be in the women's tag team division. Raquel Gonzalez will be staying in the singles divisions. But I mean, if they really had to, if there's any injuries, Raquel Gonzalez definitely could work together. But you know, it's all about finding that right time. Obviously, Shayna's, for the most part in her career, has definitely been a single superstar. She's had instances where she would team up with Nia Jax and whatnot, and it wouldn't honestly work out the best of their abilities, unfortunately for, you know, Shayna and Nia Jax. But you know, Shayna's a very dangerous woman inside that ring, and she just has to find that opportunity to go after the championship. She's been so dang close. She just has not been able to win the big one yet so far. In NXT, she's a former NXT Women's Champion, but here on the main roster, she has not been able to do that just yet. As now here comes the former Raw Women's Champion, Ronda Rousey. Baddest woman on the planet, making her way down to the ring. Former UFC Women's Champion. Former Raw Women's Champion as well. We'll see if Ronda Rousey will ever become SmackDown Women's Champion here on SmackDown. Very strong in that ring, and you know, she's still trying to find herself. She doesn't have much experience in terms of WWE experience like a lot of these other women. But, you know, if her and Shayna can start picking up some tag team wins in the SmackDown Women's Tag Team Division, I think, honestly, you know, Shayna and Ronda definitely could be up top there for sure, personally. But we'll see how they fare tonight against a team that's been tag teaming for a lot longer than what they have, that being Tegan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart. And for Tegan Nox, this is a perfect opportunity taking on Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey, because obviously both of those women have experience with the SmackDown Women's Champion, that being Becky Lynch. So if you're able to do quite well against these two women, I think you might be able to look pretty well in a possible cash-in in the near future. As Tegan Nox going to the war against Shayna Baszler here. I don't know if I'm Tegan, if you necessarily want to get in a striking battle with a woman like Shayna Baszler. Maybe it might be Tegan's lucky day to maybe pick the, kind of see where Shayna Baszler is mentally or physically in the ring. But with how dangerous Shayna Baszler is, ladies and gentlemen, she's not a woman you want to mess with. Here we go with a tag with the baddest woman on the planet, and the baddest woman here on SmackDown, that being Ronda Rousey. Oh, no. Now Rousey has Tegan right in the corner. Oh, just trying to wrench in that left arm. Take it right out of socket. That's not going to be feeling good. Oh, no. And this right now is one of the times where Tegan Nox has to kind of just have to embrace it right now. Try and dodge it, because these punches, these kicks are going to be oh so brutal. Especially right to the face. Get a broken nose, concussion, whatever you think of, very, very quickly. Especially when one of the best strikers you have here in WWE. And for the wait a minute, Cradle trying to steal victory here. Shayna Baszler not going to try to break it up. Maybe it was in favor of Ronda Rousey there. I couldn't really tell because both women's shoulders seemed like they were down, but nonetheless, the match continues. And, you know, for this matchup, I don't know if necessarily who I would say needs the match more in the terms of victory, because both of these teams are going to be fighting, jockeying for position for an opportunity potentially at the Vengeance Day pay-per-view to challenge for those women's tag team championships, if that's Carmella Selena Vega or if that's Doudrop and Sonya Deville. As now Shotzi Blackheart looking to fly, high-risk opportunity. Look at the height on that frog splash. Absolutely beautiful there. As now here we go, pinfall opportunity. Will it be enough? 2! Ooh, so close to defeating Ronda Rousey. A lot of people honestly would maybe think it's an upset victory that if Shotzi would have picked up a win over Ronda. Not every day you see that as a DDT to Ronda Rousey. Shotzi celebrating, but she shouldn't have. She should have continued going after Ronda Rousey. Maybe try to get a pinfall on that. As now she connects with a brutal suplex there. Now Ronda Rousey. Oh, Ronda Rousey getting drop kicked to the outside. Trying to make this a handicap match at the moment. It's, ooh, brutal. Brutal. Head to the knee. That could be a knockout blow, but no, Shayna not going to go down without a fight. You'd hate to see Shayna Baszler go down like that, but, you know, with how they've been running a rough shot here on Smackdown, at least in the women's division, maybe you could kind of say that Rousey, Baszler, and Raquel Gonzalez definitely deserve that. Let's look at Tegan Nox, the ground and pound game here to Shayna Baszler. Shotzi and Tegan have looked really well against the team of Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey so far. Very surprisingly, but you know, they're signed to WWE for a reason. You could face the biggest and baddest woman or men in the roster and still look very good. Catch them on a bad night. Referee had a 6, but Tegan Nox back inside the ring. As there's a jumping punch to the face there. And look at Baszler. She's staying right on Tegan Nox. The one thing that Shotzi Blackheart didn't do earlier on in the matchup to one of her opponents. Oh, here comes the kicks and punches from Shayna Baszler. That is not what this is not what Shotzi or Tegan Nox want to deal with. One of the best strikers in all of professional wrestling. That's Shotzi Blackheart with a key elbow to the midsection. Is it Shotzi's time to get herself going here? And again, celebrating, and now going to get another tag. Here comes Ronda Rousey. It's one of those things where I understand celebrating and stuff like that, but it seems like a lot of superstars pick the wrong time to celebrate. And you hate to see that because it ultimately sometimes costs them the matchup. But ladies and gentlemen, we still have plenty more to come, including a big-time main event. As hold on to my thought, you very close to a 3 count there. But like I said, big-time main event. The Bloodline, Roman Reigns and the Usos take on John Cena and the Street Profits. Big-time main event there. Matt Riddle takes on Pete Dunne. A little showcase of what we're going to be seeing for the Smackdown Tag Team Championships at Vengeance Day here in a month. As well as Damian Priest takes on Shelton Benjamin, and also Tommaso Ciampa takes on Robert Roode. As big defeat right there to the dome of Tegan Nox, and now Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey are absolutely cooking right now. Tegan Nox is in trouble at the moment. Oh no. Oh wait, look at Tegan Nox slipping right out of the way, but Ronda Rousey had that well scouted. These women going back and forth, and that's what you gotta love about that they're not gonna back down without going to war. Oh, super kick. Oh, Panama Sunrise. Is that it? 1, 2. No, so close. Almost would have been probably the biggest win of Tegan Nox's career in this tag team matchup. And now Tegan, not gonna go for the tag here. We'll see if that comes to bite her in the behind. Big reversal from Ronda. We'll see if Ronda maybe could put away Tegan Nox. Big punches, chops, and a jumping punch to the face. But just like that, Tegan back up to her. Look at that choke slam. Choke slam there out of nowhere from Tegan Nox. Is that it? 2, 3 it is. Referee kind of had Shayna Baszler blocked in the corner. And just like that, a big win for the team of Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Nox. Former women's tag team champions here in Universe Mode. What a back and forth matchup here. I don't know if we'll be able to get the replay of the referee kind of blocking them in the corner. Look at this. Look at this Panama Sunrise there from Tegan Nox. Another view. Bam. I don't know if she got all of it, but it was a pretty good amount on it. But nonetheless, big time win for Tegan and Shotzi. Do they deserve the next women's opportunity, or should they pick up some more wins to kind of prove you guys wrong? We'll have to wait and see for the former women's tag team champions. We'll see how Damian Priest fares tonight in this one-on-one contest here, as Damian Priest will be facing off with Shelton Benjamin one-on-one. Edge already cutting dead weight, at least in his words, that being Braun Strowman. And now you got Rhea Ripley, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest. I mean, I guess Braun Strowman always kind of felt out of place. Nothing against Braun Strowman, but it was kind of Finn Balor's decision to bring Braun Strowman in at first. It worked really well, but it kind of went away. And, you know, for Edge, he saw that as a liability, kind of costing them big-time matches. And now here comes the Hurt Business MVP, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. Bobby Lashley staying in the back. He's going to let these guys do it themselves. It's a big-time matchup. And coming up just in a month's time, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be Omos taking on Damian Priest for the European Championship. We're going to see how that's going to fare. And Shelton Benjamin, you know, for him, he doesn't have a lot of singles matches in his career here in Universe Mode. So for this, I would say definitely first ballot Hall of Famer with a lot of things that Shelton Benjamin has done in his long time career. 20 years in this WWE ring. We'll see how Shelton Benjamin fares tonight. Referee rings that bell. Here we go. We had a surprising loss last week by Omos. Omos losing to Elias. And then the ultimate disrespect from Elias. Elias attacking Omos, throwing him right into the steel steps. So it's not a normal thing that you see every day. Omos losing with the drift away and then ultimately getting attacked. And if I'm Elias, I don't show up until everything blows over, because I guarantee the Hurt Business aren't going to be too happy about that. Especially Omos. That 7-foot monster. If he sees Elias, he's going to absolutely destroy him. So if I'm Elias, I'd get the hell out of this arena if I'm even here tonight. As I look at Shelton Benjamin trying to decide what he wants to do. I think maybe he was going to try to go high risk, but it wasn't really too sure what corner he wanted to go into. Obviously, Damian Priest right now, he wants to focus on taking down the Hurt Business one step at a time. But, you know, Benjamin wants to prove himself in singles action as well. We know Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, big tag team of the Hurt Business. See if they can collect some Smackdown gold in the near future in the tag team division. Oh, brutal powerbomb to the outside from Shelton Benjamin. Oh, look at this ankle lock here from Shelton Benjamin right here. Little shades of, you know, Team Angle, Kurt Angle. Obviously, Shelton Benjamin, Kurt Angle know each other oh so well with Team Angle back in the day. We actually saw Team Angle briefly at a Battleground pay-per-view years and years ago. I think it was like 6 or 7 years ago. And Team Angle would lose to American Alpha, if I remember correctly. Charlie Haas, Shelton Benjamin, Kurt Angle was in the corner in that matchup. We are now at a 7. This match might be breaking down here. Uh-oh. At an 8 now. Benjamin back inside the ring. We'll see if Benjamin can gain some momentum here. As now Benjamin with a good old snap suplex takes out Priest. And look at Benjamin. Benjamin looking really good here. I wouldn't mind seeing Benjamin maybe go for singles gold if he, if they decide to switch it up for the Hurt Business here. That choke slam, side slam, whatever you want to call it. 2. Oh, so close to putting Benjamin away. But Priest stays in this matchup. But for how much longer, though? Not every day somebody can take that choke slam as a over the hook suplex, I guess. Over the head suplex, pardon me. Look at that big haymaker and a kick. But now Benjamin fighting back. Hurt Business getting back in the favor of the fans. Judgment Day, we know how the crowd feels about the Judgment Day. Is a long pinfall attempt. Will this be it? Oh, so close. And it's so weird, trying to get behind the Hurt Business after what they've did. But, getting Bobby Lashley back kind of changed everything. And then you got Edge joining the Judgment Day and trying to make it even stronger, cutting the dead weight of Braun Strowman. I don't know how that's going to fare for Judgment Day. That is not something I would try to do. That's a big swinging neck breaker there. Is that enough to put away Benjamin? Oh, rope break. And Priest. Oh, nice moonsault there. Or not moonsault, but I'd honestly call it a big man moonsault. It's almost like a cross-body type of maneuver, I guess. Either way, it's very effective. Big choke slam takes down Benjamin, but it is still not enough to put away Shelton just yet. How much more can a man take? It's a flatliner from Shelton Benjamin. Is that it? 2, 3. Shelton Benjamin with a big win for the Hurt Business. Benjamin showing you guys why that this man should maybe can have a singles run here on SmackDown. Doing his best. Especially with Damian Priest, the European champion, who's been very dominant. And now with Judgment Day moving here to SmackDown, maybe it's going to be bad for the Judgment Day. We're going to have to kind of wait and find out where that goes. But Benjamin with a big-time win here, live on SmackDown. This Intercontinental Championship may not be the Goldie from NXT, but it's going to be a different type, a different version of Goldie. And if you think Big E's Intercontinental Championship reign was long, imagine my reign. It's going to be twice as long, 3 times as long as Big E's reign. And that's going to be bad for the SmackDown roster. I see that Finn Balor is next in line for my Intercontinental Championship, and I feel bad for Finn. I see that you guys are kind of struggling. You got a little bit of leadership issues. You're the leader, then you're not the leader. Then you got the Rated R Superstars now the leader. Then now Edge taking out Braun Strowman, which is very surprising, which I guarantee is going to bite you in the ass. But it's none of my business. Finn Balor, we're going to absolutely go to war in a month for this Intercontinental Championship. And tonight, I have a matchup against a former WWE champion, and that being Robert Roode. And I'm going to show Robert Roode what exactly I plan on doing to you in a month's time, where my Intercontinental Championship is on the line. I'll see you later on tonight. I'm Robert Roode. It's going to be very interesting to see how he's going to handle Tommaso Ciampa, because Ciampa, I haven't really seen him a lot as of late whatsoever here on SmackDown ever since winning that Intercontinental Championship, which rightfully so. I mean, he won the Intercontinental Championship in one of the brutal matches you have, and that being a ladder matchup, outlasting Big E. But, it's we usually see the winning superstars a bunch after that. But Ciampa, he has been dealing with some injuries here and there, but he's officially back. I need your Intercontinental Champion for a reason. He said he's going to last twice as long, if not 3 times as long as Big E. And that's going to be absolutely scary, because that'd be up to next year's this coming WrestleMania, if not longer. We'll have to wait and see. But right now, we have a one-on-one contest between Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne. Last week here, we had Sheamus take on Randy Orton. In a one-on-one contest, Sheamus would defeat Randy Orton. Orton would go on to try and show some respect to Sheamus, give him a handshake, and Sheamus is like, hell no. He told him to get the hell out of his ring. So my question is, how is this going to go? Is this matchup going to have any indication of that little hostile environment that's going to be brewing? Cannot wait to see where that goes, as Ridge Holland making his way down to the ring with the SmackDown Tag Team Champion Sheamus and Pete Dunne. Who do you guys think is going to win this SmackDown Tag Team Championship matchup coming up in just a month's time? Sheamus and Pete Dunne taking on RK Bro. Brawling Brutes versus RK Bro. Cannot wait to see it. Matches are starting to file out, including LA Knight versus The Undertaker. We saw LA Knight but LA Knight take out Sami Zayn, kind of outlasting Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn even hit a haluva kick, and just wasn't enough damage. Undertaker showing some mind games there. After that matchup, Karrion Kross took out Sami Zayn even more. Karrion Kross was in the crowd, taunting Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's like, oh, I'm not going to take this. Went in the crowd, and unfortunately from there, Karrion Kross would go on to decimate Sami Zayn there in the crowd, which is very unfortunate. As well as we saw a big-time opening bout between Becky Lynch and Lacey Evans. Becky Lynch looked phenomenal in that matchup, picking up a big win over Lacey Evans. That could definitely be a very underrated matchup for sure. Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan for sure. As here we go, Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne. This match is going to be very hard hitting for sure. I expect a lot of submissions possibly here. Now Pete Dunne going to go to work here early on. Right off that top turnbuckle. That is not going to be feeling good. Just bouncing your head off of it. And again, you know how Pete Dunne is. He's very physical and will do anything in his power to take down his opponent at any time, anywhere. And especially when you are a barefooted wrestler like Matt Riddle, I would not be surprised if Pete Dunne took advantage of that. Stepped on the toes a little bit. As Riddle, oh my goodness, springboard enziguri right to the side of the skull. Just like that, Matt Riddle has the advantage. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, Tommaso Ciampa takes on Robert Roode in a non-title matchup. Tommaso Ciampa and Finn Balor go at it at the Vengeance Day pay-per-view. We cannot wait to see the build up to that matchup, as well as tonight your big-time main event. It is a 6-man tag. It is the Bloodline, Roman Reigns and the Usos, taking on John Cena and the Street Profits. Solo Sikoa is the one that attacked John Cena to get this all going. Bloodline don't want anything, no superstars whatsoever to be bad-mouthing them whatsoever. Solo Sikoa laying waste to John Cena backstage. And then we saw the Usos, Jay and Jimmy, target Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford backstage. And William Regal has decided to make that a tag team matchup. Obviously, last week that happened. He decided to make it a tag team matchup this week. We'll see how it's going to fare. It's going to be a blockbuster main event for sure. And it's a good little taste of what's going to be coming our way, because coming up at Vengeance Day, it's going to be John Cena and Roman Reigns. The winner will be added to that fatal 4-way match for the WWE Championship. Here we go, pinfall attempt here. Will this be enough? 2. Ooh, big kick out from Pete Dunne. How much more is left in the tank here? Oh, Pete Dunne with a big knee to that midsection, man. That's going to take all that air out of him and kind of slow down the matchup and kind of help out Pete Dunne. Yes, man, this is not where Matt Riddle wants to be here. Pete Dunne in his natural habitat, going to try to decimate and try and rip out. Oh no, not every finger. No, not the fingers. I thought maybe for a minute he's going to try to work on the fingers, but kind of stretching out Matt Riddle is definitely not going to help out Riddle in any single way here. Oh, very close to a 3-count Riddle. Luckily, at the very last second, able to kick out. And obviously, Randy Orton and Riddle definitely want to have some wins on their way to that big-time tag team championship matchup there. The bitter end there to Riddle. Will it be the bitter end of this matchup? Yes, it will. And just like that, Pete Dunne has defeated Matt Riddle. And both of these teams have gone, or I should say the Brawling Brutes have gone 2-0 against RK Bro, which is I guess you could say it's a shame. But, you know, Pete Dunne was just the better wrestler tonight. Got the job done, connected with the bitter end, and it was all she wrote from there. Will this be the site in just a month's time, ladies and gentlemen? Will the Brawling Brutes retain their SmackDown Tag Team Championships over RK Bro? It was something we'll have to wait and find out. See if RK Bro can figure out what the hell is going on. We are back with your co-main event of the evening. Robert Roode takes on Tommaso Ciampa, the Intercontinental Champion. Tommaso Ciampa, clearly, has his sights on Finn Balor, telling him that he plans on making Robert Roode an example of what he's going to be doing to Finn Balor coming up in a month's time, where the Intercontinental Championship is on the line. But obviously Robert Roode's definitely have something to say about that. Obviously he wants to pick up a win. Roode wants to stay in the championship rankings of the WWE Championship, the Intercontinental Championship rankings, and even the European Championship rankings. here on WWE. Can the glorious one get into the championship rankings, man? He's one of the best we have here on SmackDown. Big opportunity for Rude to pick up a non-title win because, you know, especially if you pick up a win over the champion, definitely got to think, okay, hey, maybe I could get that opportunity. Maybe I can talk to the GM of the show and see, oh, hey, you know, maybe I could actually beat him in a championship match. Robert Roode, like we mentioned, former NXT champion there in NXT, former WWE champion here on SmackDown, actually as well. And kind of went down from there. He'd be a tag team with Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin at one time, and then it turned into the Dirty Dogs with Roode and Dolph Ziggler, and then Ziggler ultimately would turn his back on Robert Roode. They'd go their separate ways, but after that, Roode would pick up 2 wins over Dolph Ziggler, getting the upper hand. Ziggler would get drafted to Raw. Roode would get drafted over to SmackDown. And Roode came up a bit short in that triple threat match recently, and Finn Balor was named the #1 contender. And for, you know, Tommaso Ciampa, he said earlier on tonight, this may not be the same Goldie from NXT, but this is going to be a different variation of Goldie with the Intercontinental Championship. And we know how dangerous Tommaso Ciampa is, ladies and gentlemen. He's one of the best that we had there in NXT for the longest time. Now here on SmackDown, SmackDown is going to be definitely going to be in trouble too. Especially if we start seeing him more here on SmackDown. We haven't seen him for very close to a month, if I can recall it correctly. But, you know, Ciampa is, like I said, he's dealt with injuries and all sorts of stuff, and especially that being a ladder match, I kind of understand it. But once Ciampa is finally back, gets that respect he ultimately deserves, Tommaso Ciampa is going to be a mainstay here on SmackDown. My question is, how long is he going to be able to hold that Intercontinental Championship? Big time Intercontinental Championship defense to be his first one, that being against Finn Balor. This is going to be a hard-hitting match. I cannot wait to see this. Ciampa versus Robert Roode. These guys, products of the NXT roster, made big-time moves down there in NXT. Big-time superstars there in NXT. Ciampa looking to, you know, look really good here on SmackDown. We'll see how he fares. Referee ringing that bell. Here we go. Big-time co-main event of the evening between Robert Roode and Ciampa. Just in the terms of this matchup, you think with Ciampa, you know, he hasn't had a match in well over almost a month now, kind of recovering from that ladder matchup, and we haven't really seen him much. So we'll see how this matchup fares. Is he 100%, or is he kind of still battling injuries, neck issues, body issues, you know, because those type of ladder matches definitely take something out of you. It was worth it for Ciampa because he's the new Intercontinental Champion, but you're hoping that it won't be any lingering issues where it affects Tommaso Ciampa for the long term. Is Tommaso Ciampa, beautiful suplex there. If you're able to squat somebody like that, you got to think that you're pretty close to 100%, if not 100%. And look at Tommaso Ciampa. Boom, big power slam. Takes down Robert Roode there. It's going to be a very brutal matchup. Both men, products of NXT. Now here on SmackDown, plenty of game tape to be watching on each other. Their ins, their flaws, their perfections, and what they're good at, what they kind of struggle at with. Ciampa striking with Roode, but Roode able to strike back with Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa's not a man that I would necessarily like, oh, hey, let's get in a striking contest. As now Robert Roode saying, if you can do it, I can do it better. With that suplex and squatting and making it look easy. Not something you want to be taking too many of over the years, but it is what it is at the moment. Robert Roode trying to drag Ciampa away from the bottom rope so he can go for the pinfall at least. Here we go, referee right there, but a strong kick out at one. Tommaso Ciampa is one of those superstars that is not going to be easy to put away whatsoever. And a big close-handed punch right to the dome. Robert Roode with momentum momentarily as Ciampa trying to fight back. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Tommaso Ciampa has him up. No, the backbreaker. The backstabber. Wait a minute. That's Finn Balor's music. Finn Balor. Is he going to be making his way down the ring? Mind games from the #1 contender, the Intercontinental Championship. Rude. The glorious DDT to Tommaso Ciampa. Is that it? 2. No, very last second. He kicks out. And Rude could not believe it. He thought he had him. But somehow, some way, Ciampa kicked out. And now Rude gonna stay on him. Connects with a frog splash halfway across the ring. Will that be it? 2. No, and again, Ciampa kicks out. What a match, ladies and gentlemen. Finn Balor thought playing some mind games were going to be the best idea to get in the head of Ciampa. Ciampa clearly told Finn Balor how he felt about him, saying that he's not going to stand a chance against him. And obviously, Ciampa, he's not going to go down without a fight. One of the best we have here on SmackDown. Big time takedown there of Rude. And now, Ciampa, right there in the face of Robert Roode. That is not going to be feeling too good. And now, Fairy Tale ending there to Robert Roode. Is that going to be it? 1, 2, 3. Tommaso Ciampa. A hard-fought match against Robert Roode tonight. And a much-needed win necessarily, I guess, for Tommaso Ciampa. I honestly thought that glorious DDT was going to be enough to put away Tommaso Ciampa, but Tommaso Ciampa, your Intercontinental Champion, is not a man that you should doubt whatsoever. It just felt like it was a time where, Tommaso Ciampa would just get hit. Look at that DDT, that glorious DDT to that frog splash. Let's see if we can see it. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, so close. Eventually get to the fairy tale ending, and Tommaso Ciampa, the Intercontinental Champion, shows you why he's going to have a dangerous reign here on SmackDown. Cannot wait to see Ciampa, Finn Balor build to Vengeance Day. It is main event time here live in Kalamazoo, Michigan, as it's going to be Street Profits teaming up with John Cena to get some revenge on the Bloodline. Can they get it? We are about to find out. Get Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins making their way down to the ring. Obviously, they want to send a message to the Bloodline tonight that they are not a team that you want to mess with. The potential is there for the Street Profits. They have not been able to really realize it yet in the terms of maybe able to, pick up too many big-time wins in their career just yet. But I think if they get one win and kind of get that steam rolling going, I think Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins can definitely be a big-time, I guess you could say a big-time tag team, I guess you could say, here on SmackDown. There's a lot of good time tag teams here on SmackDown. A lot of underrated tag teams that the Street Profits definitely need to go through. And I actually can confirm to you right now, ladies and gentlemen, the Street Profits and the Usos will be going at it at Vengeance Day in a tag team matchup. I cannot wait. The matches continue to start building, ladies and gentlemen, from top to bottom. From The Rock taking on Brock Lesnar, John Cena and Roman Reigns. The winner gets added to that fatal 4-way WWE Championship matchup. Started a fatal 4-way matchup, but the winner of that will make it a fatal 5-way. And now Street Profits and the Usos. That is going to be a hard-hitting matchup for sure, ladies and gentlemen. The matches continue to grow. It's absolutely crazy. It's going to be a spectacular pay-per-view. LA Knight versus The Undertaker as well. I can confirm to you as well, Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross will be another big-time matchup added to that pay-per-view, as there is Mr. John Cena, ladies and gentlemen, making his way down to the ring here momentarily. A lot of people thought, and from what we heard, John Cena was going to be going to Hollywood after WrestleMania, dropped the United States Championship to Seth frickin' Rollins. From what we understood, like I just mentioned, he was going to Hollywood. He made a surprise appearance last week saying, hey, he was just gone for a little bit. He's not going to Hollywood. He doesn't know how much time he has left, but he's going to end it with WWE. and then he'll go to Hollywood after that. So plans on, sounds like Cena's going to be here for the foreseeable future, which is a good thing for this WWE roster. And it's always good to see Cena back. And obviously he said that he wishes Cesaro and Dominik Dijakovic nothing but the best, because Raw and SmackDown didn't initially sign John Cena because they thought, from what they heard, he was going back to Hollywood and whatnot. But, we saw what we saw, and Cena's back, and he decided to sign with SmackDown. We'll see how Cesaro and Dominik Dijakovic fare by themselves. But now here comes your bloodline, that being Roman Reigns and the Usos. This is going to be a hard-hitting match from top to bottom. Paul Heyman will not be out here whatsoever, part of this 6-man tag team matchup, which is very weird not to have Paul Heyman, but there is the bloodline. Roman Reigns, the Usos, Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa not on that shirt, but for Roman Reigns, he wants to get back that championship that he lost against The Fiend at WrestleMania. And there for the longest time, it seems like we might get Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, but it looks like The Rock has told Roman Reigns to focus on getting that WWE Championship back for the Bloodline. The Rock plans on dealing with Brock Lesnar himself. So we will wait and see how that's going to go. And for Roman Reigns, he held that Universal Championship ever since when he defeated Braun Strowman at SummerSlam in a hard-hitting matchup between themselves. Hard-hitting for sure, but Reigns won and has held that championship ever since SummerSlam. Would lose it, like I mentioned, to the Fiend Bray Wyatt. And make sure you guys acknowledge Roman Reigns. If you won't, I guarantee you he's going to sick the bloodline on you and beat the living crap out of you until you acknowledge the tribal chief, the head of the table, that being Roman Reigns. They are the ones. He says you guys are the twos and they are the ones. Cannot wait to see how Vengeance is going to turn out, ladies and gentlemen. It is already must see, but adding these other matches, it is going to be hard hitting for sure. As here comes Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. Jay Uso on your right, Jimmy on your left. This is your main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be, it could be one of the best main events here on SmackDown in recent history, and that's saying a lot. We've seen a lot of good time matches, especially these last couple weeks between, last week where we saw big time triple threat matchup between Adam Cole, Edge, and obviously, do we say the forbidden name, Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. Adam Cole would go on to defeat Edge with a Panama Sunrise, if I remember correctly. We know Cody Rhodes will be in that WWE Championship matchup. It's going to be a big-time matchup. Like I mentioned, it is going to be a fatal four-way until we know what the winner of Roman Reigns and John Cena's matchup will be at that Vengeance Day pay-per-view. As here we go, referee ringing that bell. Montez Ford kicking us off here with Roman Reigns. Going to see how this goes. And for Reigns, this is a perfect opportunity to kind of show where he's at wise, not just like mentally, but physically too. I guess you could say that the other way around, because we know Roman Reigns can be very physical, but mentally, where is Roman Reigns at, honestly? Losing that championship that was near and dear to him like that probably didn't make him too happy. But for Reigns to now, not the Universal Championship, but now that WWE Championship has been brought to SmackDown, he's focused on that. But you've seen, Adam Cole brought it over but he got cashed in a couple weeks ago by Apollo Crews, and Apollo Crews is your current WWE Champion. So it's one of those things where you gotta kind of pick your battles, and Reigns has a lot to worry about, that being Brock Lesnar now coming after them. And now you get the Rock officially showing his true colors, definitely saying that he's been helping out the Bloodline. It's not like he's just going to come out here and say that he's a part of the Bloodline, even though you could kind of clearly see it. Or I should say the Rock was doing his best to lie to us and whatnot. But it is true, he is working with the Bloodline, and obviously, like I mentioned before, Vengeance Day, it is going to be The Rock versus Brock Lesnar one-on-one. Last time those two faced off, it was at SummerSlam when The Rock was the undisputed champion. Lesnar was the next big thing, and Lesnar would go on to defeat The Rock, sending him to Hollywood. And that's been eating up The Rock there, and The Rock saying the biggest issue, perfect opportunity to go after Brock is right now, because he's trying to break up his bloodline. As look at this single leg submission here on Cena, but Dawkins breaks it up and keeps Cena in this matchup momentarily. Going for that jumping clothesline, Dawkins. It's Jey Uso, main event Jey Uso looking to take out Cena here momentarily, but no. Gonna tag into John Cena. A little taste of what's gonna be coming our way in just a month's time. Cena Reigns one-on-one winner gets added to make it a fatal 5-way for that WWE Championship. Will it be Cena? Will it be Roman Reigns, the head of the table? It's one of those things where it's just so hard to tell. What a hard-hitting maneuver there from Roman Reigns. Gonna get a tag. Here comes Jey Uso back in the ring. And you may not like where Roman Reigns is doing to the Smackdown roster and everything, but for Roman Reigns, he's getting his cousins, the Usos, into this matchup, getting them all affected in this matchup, getting a little taste of what's going to be coming their way in just a month's time. Roman Reigns wants his blood to show them that they're worthy of being in this bloodline, even in the island of relevancy. As Dawkins here, what's he thinking about doing? Gonna do some snake eyes there to Roman. Pinfall attempt. Could this be it? Ooh, strong kick out at 1. Dawkins trying to go for a kick to the middle of the back there. Didn't work out in his favor, but he hits a big, powerful scoop slam. Now here goes the tag. Here comes Montez Ford. Oh, Superman punch to John Cena. Montez Ford moving out of the way. It was supposed to go to Montez Ford. Moved out of the way. Reigns connected to John Cena. First time I've ever honestly seen that. Look at Montez Ford hitting the sprinkler here on Roman. Probably not the best maneuver. His own big boot there to Montez Ford. I'm going to get a tag. Here comes Jey Uso. And Jey Uso with those kicks, or getting beaten down, I should say, from Montez Ford. And then now here comes Jey Uso. Big clubbing blows, stunning Montez Ford at the moment. Oh, look at these big old these beautiful haymakers. And now, that brutalness, the whiplash of your neck, landing on your back like that is just absolutely brutal. As Montez Ford trying to get his team back into this matchup. Here we go. Pinfall opportunity. Will this be enough? Strong kick out at 1. It's been a pretty good main event so far, building up to the big time pay-per-view that's going to be coming our way in just a month's time, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, big jumping punch there from Montez Ford. It's not looking too good. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, we've had a hell of a night so far. A little shocking maneuver from the Judgment Day. Edge brought Braun Strowman out. Edge kind of let us know why exactly he is the leader of Judgment Day now. And he said something about cutting some dead weight, and he showed us who and what dead weight, and that being Braun Strowman. Basically kicking out Braun Strowman. So now the Judgment Day without Braun Strowman goes as Edge, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley. As trying to go high risk here. But look at Angelo Dawkins helping out his good brother there, Montez Ford. And then earlier on tonight, WWE Champion Apollo Crews was in action. Took on R-Truth. Apollo Crews ultimately defeating R-Truth. Not really surprising is now John Cena into the matchup. Big drop kick though. Oh, and then big takedown on Montez Ford. I would not want to do that too many times. You're going to get the Street Profits all fired up there. But also earlier on tonight, we saw Becky Lynch defeat Lacey Evans one-on-one. We saw Tegan and Shotzi defeat Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. And tag team action as the women's tag team division trying to heat up here. I'm trying to find a contender to see who will be facing off with those women for those women's tag team championships at the next pay-per-view, being Vengeance Day. As Cena's all fired up here. We can't see John Cena, and he's not going to be able to see this. The 5-knuckle shuffle. No, he misses. Jey Uso moves out the way. Had that well scouted as he connects with the Samoan drop there to Cena. And now, going to go for the pinfall. Will this be enough? Look at Dawkins right in there to break it up. Kind of got Jey Uso to kind of stop it. But I think Dawkins came in there and he's like, nope, I'm good. I don't blame him. And now Montez Ford getting a tag in. This could be very bad for Montez. Not necessarily the tag that he wants. Is now here comes Jimmy Uso. Haven't really seen Jimmy Uso too much in this matchup that I can recall. Ooh, a little bit of a rock bottom type of maneuver there from Montez. Montez Ford not playing around. Ford looking to go high risk. But Roman Reigns getting some much needed revenge on what we saw earlier on tonight where Dawkins did that to one of the Usos. And then earlier on tonight, ladies and gentlemen, LA Knight defeated Sami Zayn despite The Undertaker playing some mind games. Despite the mind games, the frog splash there. LA Knight defeated Sami Zayn. 2. Oh, so close. LA Knight defeated Sami Zayn. And then after the matchup, Karrion Kross would be in the crowd taunting Sami Zayn. And then both men would brawl in the crowd. Karrion Kross would ultimately lay out Sami Zayn in the crowd and say, "Tick-tock, Sami, tick-tock." And that's why we even have a match between those two gentlemen at Vengeance Day. We don't really know the alternative motives of Karrion Kross. To be honest with you, why exactly he has the sights on Karrion Kross. Or Karrion Kross has the sights on Sami Zayn. Big haymaker there from Jimmy Uso. Dawkins could be in trouble. Don't want to take too much damage here. Here we go, the tribal chief. Oh, we're going to see a little bit of what the Usos normally do to each other. Reigns with a frog splash right on that right leg there of Dawkins. Reigns setting up for maybe a possible Superman punch later on in this matchup. He's cocking up the shotgun. And now, look at Roman. These big haymakers. You could just feel how pissed off Roman Reigns is right now. Just bashing in the back of the skull there of Dawkins. And now going to get a tag and allow one of the brothers in. Here comes Jimmy Uso. Is it super kick time? Yes, it is. Right to the skull. Is that it? 1, 2, 3 it is. The Bloodline pick up the win in your main event of the evening. What a match. Superman punch earlier on to John Cena. A little taste of what's going to be coming our way at Vengeance Day. A hell of a back and forth matchup. Look at that. The frog splash from the heavens from Montez Ford. A lot of back and forth. But the Bloodline pick up the big win in your main event. How is it going to fare? A lot of big time matches revealed, ladies and gentlemen, for Vengeance Day. Which match are you most excited for? Let us know, as you guys will now see us at the Cyber Sunday pay-per-view for Monday Night Raw.